boys, so how many team game? 4. You won last night.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Greg Snyder, SHS TV Productions teacher, along with Caleb Sparks, one of my junior students, as we are getting ready to bring you the varsity matchup between the visiting Troy Lady Trojans and our own Sidney Lady Yellow Jackets. The JV game just finished, was won by Troy, 29-24. The Jackets made a nice late comeback, but were unable to end up on top. Troy comes into tonight's ball game with a 2-1 record, 1-0 in the conference. They won their opener at Shawnee 47-41. Then they won their second game at Greenville in convincing fashion, 52-23, and lost their last game coming into this one at Cedarville, 57-18. And yes, that's 3 away games. This will make number 4 for the Troy Lady Trojans. Very similar to what the Sidney boys are going through right now with their 4 road games to start the season. Sidney comes in at 0-4 and 0-2 in the league. They lost their opener to Troy, which we carried 43-28 here at SHS TV Pro. Then they lost the next night to Lehman, 51-34. They traveled down to Tip City and lost 50-27, and then lost to Fairborn at Fairborn, 75-29. Comparing the two teams, Troy comes into the ball game averaging 39 points, which is 14th best in the GWalk, versus Sidney averaging 29.5 points per game. So we look probably for a low-scoring affair, is at least what the numbers would probably show you in this case. Field goal percentages are very similar. Troy comes in shooting 29.8% from the field versus Sidney, which is 31.6%. Three-point percentage is a pretty big difference. Troy shooting 34.5% from beyond the arc, which is good enough for 4th in the entire GWalk. It's a little bit deceiving because they only have 2 girls that really take any outside shots, but they are very good at it when they do. The Yellow Jackets, conversely, are shooting 27.8% from 3 on the year so far. Free throw percentage, both teams under 50%. Troy shooting 41.8% from the free throw line, whereas the Jackets slightly better at 48.1%. And both teams averaging over 20 turnovers coming into the ball game. Troy averaging just under 21 at 20.7 turnovers per ball game, and the Jackets averaging 28.5 turnovers per game. Looking at individuals, the Troy Trojans are led by Macy Taylor. Macy is a 5'7" freshman. Yes, she's only a freshman. She is 4th in the entire GWalk in scoring and also 4th in the entire GWalk in assists. She's averaging 19 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2.5 steals. She has 4 made three-pointers. She, along with McKenna Taylor, are really the only 2 Troy Trojans that have made a three-pointer this season. Taylor has made 6 threes. She's averaging 11.5 points per game and 3 assists. Tia Bass is the second leading scorer for Troy at 13 points a game and 10 rebounds per game. We're going to get ready for the national anthem. We'll go through the starting lineups and preview the game a little bit in just a moment.
The officials for our game tonight are Mr. Andre Lumps, Ms. Pam Schultz, and Ms. Kim Lipke. As a member school of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Sidney High School welcomes you to this interscholastic contest between Troy High School and Sidney High School to honor America. Please stand and now join in the singing and playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Each of them has put forth in preparing for tonight's contest. We ask all
Okay, we're getting set to get started here in the varsity matchup.
those administrative
We'll go over the starting lineups.
your team and your
First for the visiting Lady Trojans, who once again come in at 2-1 on the season, 1-0 in the conference. They will start number 4, a 5'10 junior, Laura Borchers. Also number 5, the freshman, a 5'7 freshman, Macy Taylor. Number 22, Lauren McGraw, a senior. Number 34, Tia Bass, who is a junior. And number 15, Chamber Browning, a sophomore. Once again for Troy, that is Borchers, Taylor, McGraw, Bass, and Browning. For the Yellow Jackets, a little bit of a different starting lineup. Of course, they've been hurt badly by injuries as they lost Alina Kindle for the year to an ACL injury, our best to Alina. And then also Kelsey Kaiser's hurt, and Sam Reynolds will probably not see action because she missed some practices this week. Until the second half, she might see a little bit of action. But starting for the Yellow Jackets tonight, number 11, a routine starter, somebody who started all 4 games so far, Kalia Marcus, a 5'7 sophomore. Also Hallie Truesdale, number 14, a 5'9 junior. Number 20, her sister Cassidy Truesdale will get her first start, a 5'9 freshman. Number 23, Marta Rodriguez, a 5'5 junior, who started the JV game, will also start the varsity game. And Emma Wyford, a 5'8 senior, who also starts quite often for the Yellow Jackets. So once again for the Yellow Jackets, that'll be Marcus, Truesdale, Rodriguez, and Wyford. For Troy, Borchers, Taylor, McGraw, Bass, and Browning. Just a couple stats before we get started so you know what to look for. The freshman, Macy Taylor, is number 5. She's averaging 19 points, which is good enough for 4th in the entire G-Walk. Also averaging 4 assists a game, which is also good for 4th in the entire G-Walk. McKenna Taylor is not in the starting lineup, and they do have one player over there. I think she's just on the bench, so she'll be coming off the bench today. But she averages 11.5 points per game as a junior. Tia Bass is the second leading scorer for Troy at 13 points a game and 10 rebounds. Lauren McGraw, number 22, you'll see her get a lot of rebounds. She's averaging just under a point, but is 3rd in the entire G-Walk in rebounds at 10.7 points per game. We get ready for the tip. Troy's going to control it. Taylor has the ball. She's going to pass on the left wing to Borchers. The Yellow Jackets are going to employ a 3-2 zone, much like what the JV squad did. Browning has the ball. She's going to pass in the right corner to Taylor. Ball is going to be swung back out top to Laura Borchers. Yellow Jackets trying to keep everything from getting in the paint. Taylor thinks about a 3-ball. Now is going to take it and hit it.
Good shot.
Freshman makes her first 3-ball of the game. And Troy takes an early 3-0 lead. Rodriguez has it for the Yellow Jackets. She'll pass it to Marcus, who's going to look to set up the offense for Sidney. Coach Stefanson thought that Troy might employ a 2-3 defense, which they do. There's a long 2 by Cassidy Truesdale, up and in.
Good way to start off the game.
That makes the score 3-2. Troy with the lead, and Troy bringing the ball across half court. Taylor will pass on the left side to Borchers, back into the corner to Taylor, who just hit a 3 from there. Ball's going to be swung around. Browning has it up top. She'll hit Taylor on the other side. Looks like they're going to let Taylor kind of run the baseline here and roam a little bit. She's going to fire another 3-ball from the right wing, and she's 2 for 2.
Unbelievable. Great passing.
6 points for Taylor, Macy Taylor, that is, the 5'7 freshman. She's already almost a third of a way to her average, which is 19 points a game. Truesdale has the ball, tipped by Troy, but lands in the hand of Marcus. And she'll set the offense for Sidney between the circles. Ball goes on the left side to Truesdale. That's Cassidy Truesdale. Cross-court pass to Rodriguez. Ball goes back up to Marcus. She looks inside for Hallie Truesdale. Truesdale will pass it off to Rodriguez, who's trapped by Troy, gets out of it, passes it to Truesdale, looking inside to Wyford, but the ball's going to be tipped out of bounds off of Truesdale. Nice defense there by number 22, Lauren McGraw, the senior from Troy. And Troy will take over with a 6-2 lead. Just like the JV game, we're seeing a lot of zone defense here. It looks like the Yellow Jackets are going to have to talk a little bit and find Macy Taylor, who's 2 for 2 from 3 already, 1 from the left corner and 1 from the right wing. Wyford is guarding Taylor this time. She passes it into Bass, drop step, left-handed shot. She looks like a lefty, puts it up and in. We're going to get a foul at midcourt. Yellow Jackets have done a nice job so far, Caleb, knock on wood, of not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
That foul is going to be the first of the ball game. It's going to be on Lauren McGraw. Like I said, her first. Troy's first. Yellow Jackets will inbound on the side, down 8-2. Cassidy Truesdale with the ball for the Yellow Jackets. She has the Yellow Jackets 2 points. Marcus looks inside to Wyford. Ball's going to be tipped away by Bass into the hands of Taylor, who will bring it across half court. Macy Taylor stops on the right wing, is now going to reset the Trojan offense. Taylor guarded out top by Rodriguez. Dribbling, will pass it off to McGraw. McGraw hands it off to Borchers. Dribbles it around to the left side. To Browning. Ball is going to be stolen by Rodriguez. She's going to drive down the right side and drag her pivot foot just a bit and turn it back over to Troy. Sidney's first turnover of the ball game. Sorry, second turnover of the ball game.
There you go.
3 minutes in. So far, Macy Taylor has 2 threes and Tia Bass has a bucket for Troy. They lead 8-2. Browning has the ball for Troy, passes in the right corner to Taylor. Nice pass inside. Shot's going to go up and in by McGraw.
Looks like the JV great passes by Troy.
So far, Taylor with 6 points and also has assisted the other 2 buckets for Troy. There's going to be a foul as the Jackets get the ball to Emma Wyford in the middle of the floor again, and she draws a foul again. This one is going to be on number 34, Tia Bass. We have our first substitution to the ball game. Number 10, McKenna Taylor is going to check in for number 15, Chamber Browning, who will take a seat. There's going to be another turnover by the Jackets, this one by Truesdale on the left side, and Troy's going to take over. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Ball swung on the left side. Borchers thinks about a 3. Stepped in for a long 2. Didn't get it, but the rebound comes down to Lauren McGraw, who puts it up and in. Truesdale will dribble across half court, and that's going to be the 3rd foul on Troy. Fouls on number 10, McKenna Taylor, who just checked into the ballgame. Her first, Troy's 3rd. Troy jumped out to a 10-point lead, 12-2. Truesdale has the ball, looks inside for her sister. The ball's going to be intercepted by Macy Taylor, the freshman, dribbling down floor. Nice hustle by the Nice hustle by the Jackets to get a back tip. Ball ends up in the hands of Truesdale. Rodriguez looks inside. Ball's going to be tipped away and stolen by McKenna Taylor. McKenna Taylor will bring it across half court. She's picked up by Rodriguez between the circles. Ball goes inside to Bass. She turns to her right shoulder. Left-handed shot up, no good. Rebound down to Wyford. No call on the rebound. A little bit of contact. And before the shot goes up, we're going to get a travel call on Troy, and the ball will go back to the Jackets. Troy looks like they're going to try to speed the Jackets up a little bit here. Actually, now they're going to drop back and set up their defense. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. 12-2 is the score. Troy leads the Lady Yellow Jackets. Rodriguez has the ball. Top of the key, she'll hand off to Marcus. Marcus looking inside, will try to hit Truesdale. Little contact, no call. Truesdale goes up with a shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, blocked by Bass. He gets the rebound, tries to fire a long outlet pass that is stolen by Marcus. And Marcus will dribble the ball out of bounds, but it was hit by McKenna Taylor and go back to Troy. A little bit of physical play so far here, Caleb.
Yeah, I like it.
Number 10, McKenna Taylor has the ball. She'll pass to Macy Taylor. Ball goes around to the right side to Lauren McGraw. The right corner to Taylor. She has 2 threes already. Will fire another one. Count it.
On fire.
3 for 3 so far. The Yellow Jackets trail 15-2, and we're going to get a 30-second timeout by the Yellow Jackets coach Lauren Stefanson. 3:03 to go in the first quarter. Troy leads 15-2. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, Caleb, lots of ways to beat a zone. Coaches will tell you movement, getting the ball reversed, etc. But the best way to beat a zone is to shoot the ball well, and Macy Taylor's done that so far.
Yeah, she's unbelievable.
3 for 3, and I don't think she's hit the rim yet.
No, it's nothing but net so far. Gonna have to stop her.
Jackets will inbound, and they'll cross half court. Truesdale's going to bring the ball up. That's Cassidy Truesdale. She's going to pass to Marcus on the left side. Ball goes back to Truesdale. She's going to fire a long two. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to Marta Rodriguez. She passes back out to Marcus. Ball goes inside, but there's going to be a foul first on Troy. That foul is going to be on number 22, Lauren McGraw. She is going to have her second foul now. Team fourth. McGraw is going to probably come out of the ball game here. She's going to be substituted in by Peyton Riley, a 5'10 senior. McGraw is going to sit down with 4 points. Rodriguez will inbound for the Yellow Jackets and will throw it out of bounds. Ball was not touched, so it'll go back underneath the Yellow Jackets basket where Troy will inbound and bring it the length of the floor. (15-2). Troy comes in at 2-1. 2 decisive wins to start the season and then got beat by Cedarville pretty bad last game, although the girl with the ball right now, Macy Taylor, did not play in that ball game. She is guarded by Truesdale. Looks like the Yellow Jackets have gone man-to-man to try to stay a little bit closer to Taylor. Man-to-man pays off here as number 4, Laura Borchers, drags her pivot foot and turns the ball over to the Yellow Jackets. 2:34 to go in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets scored early on, but are on about a 5-minute drought. Ball goes into Hallie Truesdale in the high post area. She hands it off to Marcus. Marcus dribbles out and will set it to Cassidy Truesdale. Fires it on the right wing to Marta Rodriguez. Rodriguez gives it to Marcus. The ball goes into Wyford, back out to Rodriguez. Yellow Jackets move it around pretty well, but haven't gotten a shot off yet. Marcus recovers the ball near the sideline, and it's going to be stolen on a pass intended for Rodriguez. McKenna Taylor drives in, and she's going to be fouled before the shot. Common foul on the floor. Troy will inbound underneath their own basket. That foul is going to be on Marta Rodriguez, the 5'5 junior. That's her first, Sidney's first of the ball game. Any words of wisdom on offense for the Jackets there, Caleb?
I mean, they're getting inside. The shots are just not falling.
Troy's going to inbound on the side, but not before we get an interruption. And all of a sudden, the officials have decided that we're going to stop letting the physical play go on. Troy's going to inbound now. Back to basketball action. Nice lob pass inside to Bass. Her shot's no good, though. Defended by Wyford, who gets the rebound, hands it off to Kalia Marcus, who will bring it across, and she has it between the circles. Passes on the left side to Cassidy Truesdale. Cross-court pass goes to Rodriguez. Looks in the high post, but the ball's going to be stolen by Taylor. Macy Taylor drives down the left side. Layup up and in. 11 first quarter points for the freshman, Macy Taylor, as she leads Troy in scoring, and Troy leads Sidney 17-2. Truesdale has it between the circles, a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. She'll pass it off to Marcus, back to Truesdale. 17-foot baseline shot is good. So Truesdale has all 4 of the Yellow Jackets points. Cassidy Truesdale, that is. 17-4 is the score. Macy Taylor guarded by Truesdale out front. Yellow Jackets in a man-to-man defense. Taylor trying to get around Truesdale, unable to do so. Handed off to McKenna Taylor. Ball goes inside, but tipped away by Wyford, recovered by Rodriguez. And here come the Jackets. Minute to go in the first quarter. Kalia Marcus passes on the right wing to Rodriguez. Goes back to Marcus, looking inside. Now we'll make a cross-court pass that goes off the fingertips of Truesdale. She saves it, passes it to her sister. Underneath to Emma Wyford. Ball's going to be blocked by Bass out of bounds. That's her second block of the ball game. She is second in the G-Walk in blocks, averaging about 3.7 per game, so she's already halfway to her normal total. Substitution for the Yellow Jackets, Allie Herrick, number 24, will check in as she replaces number 23, Marta Rodriguez. Jackets inbound underneath her own basket. Ball goes to Truesdale out top. Swung on the right wing to Emma Wyford. Wyford looks inside to Truesdale, back to Wyford. 15-foot shot, no good off the back of the rim. Rebound comes down to Laura Borchers. Borchers going to hand it off to Taylor. And Troy will look to get a good shot here as we near the end of the first quarter. And that is a good shot as Taylor goes around the Yellow Jacket defense, up and in. She's impressive, isn't she, Caleb?
Oh, yeah.
As advertised. 13 first quarter points, has not missed a shot yet. Macy Taylor leading the Trojans to a 19-4 lead.
Outstanding player.
Balls tried to pass into the high post area to Hallie Truesdale. We're going to get a foul on Troy. That'll be their 5th team foul of the first quarter. That foul is on McKenna Taylor, who came off the bench and has 2 fouls now. She's going to get substituted out at the next dead ball. Cassie Truesdale passes to Emma Wyford, fires an elbow shot, no good. Rebound fought for her. Nice rebound by Hallie Truesdale. We're going to get a travel call. Substitution, McKenna Taylor will come out for Troy. Checking back into the ball game, Chamber Browning, the sophomore. 6 seconds to go. Ball's going to be inbounded to Taylor. Give it back to Browning. 3 seconds. She crosses the timeline. Is going to fire up a long 3 ball tipped by Marcus. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and that'll end our first quarter. After 1, the Yellow Jackets trail the Trojans 19-4. We'll be back in a few seconds. Back here at Sidney High School after a first quarter that was dominated by Troy, and in particular dominated by Macy Taylor. Your thoughts, Caleb, on that first quarter?
I mean, she's an outstanding player, I got to be honest. But I still am liking the offense by the Jackets. Shots are just not falling.
Speaking of the Yellow Jacket offense, it came from one player, and that's Cassidy Truesdale, the 5'9" freshman. So we've got a bunch of freshman points on the floor so far. Cassidy Truesdale had 2 buckets in that first quarter for 4 points to lead the Jackets. The Jackets had 1 team foul in the first quarter, did not go to the free throw line, nor did Troy, but they were led in scoring by Macy Taylor as she made 3 threes to start the game and then 2 nice driving buckets for 13 first quarter points. Lauren McGraw has 4 points but 2 fouls, and Tia Bass has a bucket for 2 points for Troy. Troy is in a little bit of foul trouble. They have 5 team fouls and 2 players with 2 fouls each. Substitutions for the Jackets. Number 10 into the ball game, Peyton Wiley, she has the ball. And also number 30, Renaya Conrad. There's a pass inside that's going to be deflected and recovered by Troy. Chamber Browning, she hands it off to Macy Taylor, who will bring it across half court. Nobody's picking her up. We better pick her up. We're going to get a dribble handoff to Chamber Browning. She tries to go inside, but the ball's tipped away by Emma Wyford into the hands of Renaya Conrad. Nice defense by the Jackets.
Yep.
Wiley has the ball. She passes to Herrick. Fires a 3 ball from the left wing. No good. Rebound comes down to Browning. Browning will hand it off to Taylor, and Troy will bring it across half court. About a minute into the second quarter. Number 33, Peyton Riley, tried to pass the ball inside, and it was tipped out of bounds. Almost struggled with that. Peyton Riley for Troy. Peyton Wiley for the Jackets.
Nice. Ball
goes inside to number 11, Morgan Kaiser. She lays it up and in. Another freshman with a bucket.
Freshmen are people, too.
21-4. Jackets have the ball. Wiley tries to go inside to Wyford. Ball's tipped back into her hands. Over to Herrick. Official wanted to call a foul, but it looked like it was a clean block. Rebound comes down to Taylor of Troy, and she'll bring it across half court. Macy Taylor passes on the right side to Riley. Riley back to Taylor, guarded by Marcus. Hasn't gotten the open 3 since the Jackets have switched to this man-to-man defense, but she has been able to get to the bucket a couple of times. She'll set the offense back up and pass on the right side to Browning. Browning looking inside for Riley, nothing going. We'll fire back up top to Borchers. Guard out top by Marcus. She drives, ball's tipped, recovered by Conrad, and we're going to get a timeout by Coach Stefanson. It's going to be a full timeout, so the Yellow Jackets will get the possession, but it costs them a timeout. They trail 21-4, 6:11 to go in the first half. We'll be back in just a moment. Back here at Sidney, upcoming schedule for the girls. Their next game is on Monday, December 10th at Indian Lake, and then Wednesday they are at Piqua before returning home on Saturday the 15th against Butler. The boys, of course, will travel to Troy on Friday, and then the following Friday they'll be here against Piqua, a game we will carry live on the internet. Yellow Jackets with the ball, pass into the corner to Allie Herrick. Ball's going to be stolen by Macy Taylor. She's going to bring it up the right side and slow it down just a bit to set up the offense. Suffocating defense by Troy causes another Yellow Jacket turnover. Ball goes to Riley. She will hand off to number 14, who I don't have. Rebound comes down to Riley. She fires it up, no good. Rebound back down to Conrad for Sidney, who will hand it off to Marcus. And here come the Yellow Jackets. Emma Wyford with the ball, passes underneath. Nice high-low pass to Renee Conrad. She turns to shoot, but the ball's tipped, and rebound comes down to Troy. Macy Taylor has it, and she'll bring it up for the Trojans. Taylor has the ball. She hands it off to Borchers. Borchers driving on Conrad around the right side, hands it off to Kaiser. Kaiser in the lane, stops, pops from 12 feet, no good. Rebound comes down to Wyford. Wyford will give it to Marcus, hands it off to Peyton Wiley, who will bring it up for the Yellow Jackets. Wiley has the ball, passes on the right side to Marcus, hits a cutting Emma Wyford, and we're going to get a jump ball before Wyford can pass it or shoot it. The alternating possession arrow is going to give the ball back over to Troy. And subbing in for the Trojans, number 23, Taylor Roop. Taylor has it between the circles for Troy. She's going to drive on Marcus. Going to get a handoff to number 11, Kaiser. She drives in the lane, stops, passes back outside. A driving shot that is blocked by the Jackets. Rebound comes down to Wyford. Here comes Conrad down the lane. We're going to get a charge call. Good job by Troy getting back on defense, getting set, and taking the charge on Conrad. But I also like the aggressive play on the Jackets' part. Yeah. Only have 4 points. I like it. Try to attack the bucket. Good move by Conrad. Didn't get the call. That'll be her first foul. Sidney's second of the first half. Taylor has it. Troy runs their offense. Looks like a dribble handoff type of offense. Kaiser's going to hand it off to Roop. She drives down the lane. Fires up a layup, no good. A little bit of contact, not called. Rebound comes down to Hallie Truesdale. Hallie Truesdale will give it to Wiley, who brings it across half court. Open at the top of the key, but he likes to pass it off to the right side. Cross court pass to Herrick. Ball goes into Conrad. And Conrad is going to be called for going out of bounds. That's one where you kind of wish Renaya would just turn around and shoot it before putting the ball on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Substitution, number 33 checks out of the ball game for Troy. That's Peyton Riley, and checking back in, number 34, Tia Bass. Under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Troy with a commanding 17-point lead. Bass has it in the high post, drives left, but is going to dribble off of Hallie Truesdale's leg. I couldn't tell whose leg it was, and it'll stay with the Trojans. Troy inbounding underneath their own basket. Ball goes into Bass. She fires up a shot. No good. Gets her own rebound. Put it back up. No good again. Rebound fought for by Conrad and Kaiser. The alternating possession will give it back to the Jackets. Boy, Renaya plays hard, doesn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Allie Herrick will inbound to Peyton Wiley, who will bring it up for the Jackets. They trail by 17. Facing this 2-3 zone defense. There you go. Wide open shot from the top of the key. No good. Rebound comes down to Roop. She hands it off to Macy Taylor. Taylor had 13 first quarter points and now has 15 as she drives around the Jackets all the way in.
Unstoppable.
I don't think she's missed a shot yet.
No.
23-4 is the score as we near the 3-minute mark in the first half. 3 ball by Marcus from the right side. No good. Rebound comes down to Troy. Roop will bring it across half court. Passes it up. We're going to get a shot. No good. Rebound comes down to Bass. She puts it back up and in.
Good offensive rebounding by Troy.
(25-4). Wiley with the ball. Pass over to Marcus. She looks inside for Conrad. Good idea, but the pass just a touch long, and it'll go back to the Trojans. Subbing in for the Jackets, number 20, Cassidy Truesdale. In for Troy, number 15, Chamber Browning. Also returning for the Jackets, number 25, Emma Wyford. as Macy Taylor will sit down with 15 points for Troy, and Kalia Marcus and Renaya Conrad sit down for Sidney. Browning will run the point with Taylor on the bench. She hands off to Kaiser, another freshman. Nice move, stops, pops, no good, gets her own rebound, misses the putback, and the rebound comes down to Hallie Truesdale. And Troy will retreat, and the Jackets will bring it up. 25-4 is the score. Wiley has it on the right wing, passes in the high post to Wyford. Ball goes inside to Truesdale, but is tipped and recovered by Taylor Roop from Troy. Roop bringing it down the floor, and she's going to get a foul call. We got a foul before the travel, so Troy's going to inbound underneath their own basket. Good call.
Good call.
Allie Herrick will pick up her first foul. Ball being inbounded by Troy. Ball goes into Bass. She turns to her left hand. No good. Rebound comes down to Roop. No good. Rebound to Bass, and she puts it back
There
up
it
again.
is.
Like they're playing volleyball, just throwing it up and tipping it to themselves. 2 minutes to go in the first half. That makes the score 27-4. Truesdale has it in the high post area. Hallie Truesdale, that is. Passes to Wiley. Fires an elbow shot. No good. Rebound comes down to Roop. Roop pushing the ball fast. Troy's going to pull it back out and set up the offense. Browning has it between the circles. Yellow Jackets staying in their man-to-man defense. Roop has it. Spin move on Wyford. We'll hand it back to Browning, who drives down the lane. Ball is tipped by Wyford out of bounds off of Troy and goes back to the Jackets. Jackets have showed some signs, Caleb, just haven't been able to put it together yet. 1:30 to go in the first half. They trail by 23. Cassidy Truesdale will bring it up between the circles. Pass on the left wing, but the ball's going to be intercepted by Taylor Roop. Roop driving on Truesdale. Up, no good, and we got a charging foul.
Nice job. Yeah, the shots are just not falling for the Jackets once again.
That's a case of you make a mistake. Good job by Truesdale, not hanging her head, getting back, getting in position to draw the foul on the sophomore Roop.
Good ball player.
1:24 to go in the first half. Jackets looking for their first bucket of the second quarter. They have not scored yet here in the second quarter. Herrick has it, looks inside. Pass just a little wide for Wyford. Our TV Productions student, Emma Wyford, we might add.
Ooh.
She'll be interviewing Coach Willoughby tomorrow for our boys coaches show.
Can't wait to watch that.
Chamber Browning has it. Ball's going to be stolen out top by Cassidy Truesdale. Truesdale's going to turn and go the other way. Dribbling down the left side, going in on Bass. Ball is blocked. Her third block of the game. Rebound comes down, is battled for, and ends up in the hands of number 11, Morgan Kaiser, the freshman. This time she'll bring it up and run the point position for Troy. Guarded closely by Wiley. Gets a nice ball screen from Bass. Ball goes in the corner to Roop. Drives down the lane. Fires it up. Shot no good, but we're going to get a foul on Hallie Truesdale. And Troy's going to go to the line for 2 shots. Number 23, Taylor Roop going to the free throw line. 0 for 2 on the year so far. Has not made a free throw yet. Looking for her first point of the ball game. First shot is up and in. It's actually the first free throw of the ball game.
Surprising. Pretty aggressive play at the beginning.
Yeah, it's been a quick game so far. Roop spins the ball, dribbles twice, fires up the second free throw. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound comes down to Wyford. Wyford hands it off to Wiley, who will bring it up across the floor, across the circle for the Jackets. Cassidy Truesdale passes in the high post to Emma Wyford. We're in a foul from the backside. That foul is going to be on number 15, Browning. It's only her first, but that is Troy's 7th, and that's going to send Emma Wyford to the free throw line, where she will get a chance for a 1-and-1. Emma Wyford on the year is a 50% free throw shooter, third best, on the Jackets team. Wyford dribbles a couple of times, eyes her target, and misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound comes down to Bass. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Kaiser driving on Wiley will hand it off to Roop. Roop drives down the lane, up and in. Nice move by Taylor Roop. She now has 3 points. And the score is 30-4. Jackets under 10 seconds. Herrick has the ball. Passes to Truesdale, who will fire a shot, but she is fouled from behind. Truesdale is going to go to the line. This time the Jackets will get 2 shots instead of a 1 in bonus. That foul is on number 34, Bass, her second. Hallie Truesdale misses the first free throw. Truesdale's a 39% free throw shooter. Try to make this one to up the percentage. Truesdale eyes it, flies it, makes it. First point of the second quarter for the Jackets with 4 seconds to go in the half. Ball goes into Browning. She'll dribble, pass up to Roop, makes a move on Wyford, but she travels first. And with 1.1, the Jackets will probably get a desperation shot here. Wyford will pass it into Truesdale, and she'll fire up a shot from just beyond half court that falls well short. And that'll bring us to halftime. Troy coming into the ballgame at 2-1. Looks like they're well on their way to being 3-1 as they lead the Jackets 30-5 at halftime. They're in that second quarter. Troy outscored the Jackets 11-1. Jackets got that free throw there at the end by Hallie Truesdale to bring us to our halftime score of 30-5. We're going to step back for about 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so, and we'll be back. And when we get back, we'll go over the scoring in the first half, along with previewing the week for the Yellow Jackets and looking at our future broadcasts here at SHS TV Productions. Once again, we'll be back in about 5 to 6 minutes. The score, Troy 30, the Yellow Jackets 5. Very good. It looks like a pretty good picture. I don't think you need to mess with any of the settings.
I just don't want to accidentally use the flag.
Go down there and check, but it should be good. Welcome back to Sidney High School as we near the beginning of the second half. To recap, in that first quarter, Troy jumped out to an early lead and ended up leading after the first quarter 19-4, then outscored the Jackets in the second quarter 11-1 to bring us to our halftime score of 30-5. Troy is led in scoring, assists, and just about everything else by Macy Taylor. The 5'7" freshman had a mighty impressive first half. She was 3 for 3 from three-point range and 3 for 3 from two-point range as well. If my math is right, and I hope it is as a math teacher, that's 15 points for Macy Taylor. Laura McGraw had 4 points on 2 buckets for Troy. Tia Bass had 3 blocks to go along with 6 points on 3 buckets for Troy. Off the bench, freshman Morgan Kaiser had a bucket for 2 points. And also off the bench, 1 of 2 from the free throw line and a field goal for Taylor Roop for 3 points. For the Jackets, they were led in scoring by Cassidy Truesdale. She had 2 first quarter field goals, both of them jump shots for 4 points. And her sister Hallie Truesdale made a free throw with 4 seconds to go in the first half for the other Yellow Jacket point. So once again for Troy, Taylor had 15, McGraw had 4, Tia Bass had 6, Kaiser had 2, and Roop had 3. For the Jackets, Cassidy Truesdale with 4 and Hallie Truesdale with 1. Please check our Twitter account tomorrow and our YouTube channel. We anticipate some boys highlights from the Bell Fountain game Tuesday night that we will post. And there were some mighty impressive plays by everybody, but we had a couple of really nice dunks that'll be fun for people to watch. Second half is going to begin with a foul 1 second in by Hallie Truesdale. That's going to be Hallie's second foul. Yellow Jackets' first foul of the second half, obviously. And Troy's going to get the ball back on the side. And 1 second into the half, we already have a foul and a timeout as Troy takes a timeout, and they'll inbound on the side. We'll be back in just a moment.
What?
I'm all for watching basketball, Caleb, but hopefully those first 2 events here in the second half are not indicative of how this half's going to go.
All right.
We could be here till midnight.
I mean, see, I don't mind that. 2-hour early release tomorrow.
That's right. You get a 2-hour release tomorrow. Ball goes into McKenna Taylor. She's going to throw it into Bass, who's going to, excuse me, get a charging foul. Nice play by Hallie Truesdale.
Nice, great play.
Thing is, every time she's gotten the ball, Caleb, she has dropped to her right shoulder to get to that left hand.
Yep.
Hallie did a nice job there of not letting her go that way to her comfortable side and draws the hard-earned charge there. Marcus has the ball. She will drive down the right side, kicks it to Truesdale, who fires up a 6-footer. No good. Rebound comes down to Borchers for Troy. She'll hand it off to the freshman Macy Taylor, who bring it across half court.
Like to start by the Jackets, though.
Agreed. Macy Taylor with the ball, dribbles between the legs, passes up top to McGraw. Her pass is going to be intercepted by Marcus. Marcus driving down the right side. Ooh, got some contact. Didn't get the call, missed the shot. Rebound comes down to McGraw. She pushes it up to Borchers. Shot fake into the lane. Fires up a shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in.
Nice rebound, though.
Her first 2 points in the first 2 points of the second half as Troy now leads 32-5. Wiley starting this second half along with Truesdale, Marcus, and Wyford for the Jackets. Troy is starting number 10, McKenna Taylor, instead of number 15, Chamber Browning. There's a shot by Wiley, in and out, no good. Rebound to Cassidy Truesdale. Her shot is no good, and we're going to have a battle for the rebound. Jump ball. We'll give it back to the Jackets. Nice hustle there by Emma Wyford.
Yeah, nice hustle.
Jackets inbound underneath their own basket, trailing by 27. Wiley looking for somebody to throw it into, gives it to Marcus. Cross-court pass, 15-footer by Wyford. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound to Truesdale.
Nice.
She puts it up and in. She has 3 points. Jackets a little more active here to start the second half.
I'm liking it.
Still trailed by 25. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. 32-7 is the score. Macy Taylor has it. She tries to make a move on Cassidy Truesdale, freshman on freshman there. She passes on the right side to Borchers. Borchers looks inside to Bass. Truesdale tries to take another charge. This time affects the shot. No good. Rebound comes down to Wyford. She pushes it to Wiley. Stops, pops from 15 feet. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound to Cassidy Truesdale, taken away by Troy. Macy Taylor pushes the ball up to McKenna Taylor, who found herself too far underneath the basket. Tried to save it. Ball goes out of bounds. And Sidney will retain possession.
Great start by the Jackets.
We played 2 minutes here in the second half. So far in the second half, it's tied 2-2. Truesdale tries to force a pass in that's stolen by Macy Taylor. She'll drive down, left-handed layup up and in, and she's fouled.
No surprise there.
17 points now for Macy Taylor, her first points of the second half. That foul is going to be on Cassidy Truesdale, her first, the second on the Jackets here in the second half. And that's just a case of some poor decision making on the offensive end, leading to some easy buckets for the other team as Taylor predictably makes the free throw. And the Jackets commit a violation on the inbounds pass, and Troy's going to get the ball right back.
Has she missed yet?
I think I saw her missing warm-ups.
Yeah, that makes sense.
McKenna Taylor tries a three ball. She's going to be fouled by Kalia Marcus, and she's going to get marched to the line for 3 free throws, something you don't see very often.
Nope. I mean, I had it today in 2K, but that's about it.
Yeah. McKenna Taylor going to the line. She's a 25% free throw shooter on the year, but she's also made 6 3-pointers. So I would expect her to correct her free throw shooting, although the first shot is up and no good, but she gets 2 more. Taylor comes in averaging 11.5 points per game, has not scored yet until there. Got the friendly shooter's roll for her first point. 36-7 now, 5:55 to go in the third quarter. Taylor eyes the third of 3 free throws, and that also will drop. And Troy extends their lead to 30, their largest lead of the ball game. Wiley has the ball, passes on the right side to Marcus, looking inside for Truesdale, nothing going. Now looks inside and decides to throw it. Ball ping-pongs around, goes back to Wiley. She goes up for a shot, and she is fouled.
Great way to draw the foul.
That foul is going to be on Tia Bass. It's going to be her 3rd foul. As she looks incredulously on, not understanding what she did wrong. I didn't see it, so.
I didn't either.
Wiley's going to shoot 2 free throws. Sam Reynolds is going to check in for the Jackets for her first action. Free throw by Wiley is up and good. Reynolds, like I said, is going to check in along with number 11, Morgan Kaiser. For Troy, Hallie Truesdale will take a seat. Peyton Wiley eyeing the second free throw. She's a 50% free throw shooter on the year. Wiley misses the back end of the 2 free throws, and the rebound comes down to Kaiser, who hands it off to Macy Taylor. Taylor has it between the circles, guarded in the man-to-man defense by Cassidy Truesdale. Ball is swung on the left side to McGraw. There's a shot on the right wing by McKenna Taylor, and she nails it. Hadn't scored in the first half, but sometimes getting to the free throw line can get those good offensive players going, and all of a sudden she has half of her season average almost at 5 points. And the Yellow Jackets trail by 32. There's going to be a foul out 25 feet from the bucket by the freshman Morgan Kaiser, trying to commit a steal. Instead gets the foul, and the Yellow Jackets will have it on the side. Ball's passed into Wiley. She has it at the top of the key. Passes on the right side to Marcus. Looks inside. Ball goes to Wyford. Stops, pops from 8 feet. No good. Off the back of the iron. Rebound to Macy Taylor. Taylor brings it across the timeline. Passes on the right corner to McKenna Taylor. Guarded closely by Marcus. Nice back cut by Taylor. Dishes it off to Kaiser, who misses the layup. Good offense by Troy. Doesn't result in any points. Wiley pushes it for the Jackets. Her shot's going to be blocked by McKenna Taylor. Rebound comes down to Borchers. Borchers passes it up on the left wing to Macy Taylor. Cross-court pass to McKenna Taylor. Thinks about a 3, shot fake, gets in the lane. Absorbs some contact and makes a layup. McKenna Taylor going on a nice little tear here. She made 2 free throws, a 3 and a 2 for 7 points here in about the last 2 minutes. And Troy extends the lead to 42-8. Peyton Wiley passes it to Sam Reynolds on the left wing to Marcus. Open but doesn't look at the bucket. Passes it back to Wiley. Long 19-footer, no good off the side of the rim. Rebound comes down to McGraw. McGraw, 3rd in the G-Walk in rebounds at 10.7 per game. Has a boatload of them today, even though she had to sit out much of the first half due to foul trouble. She has the ball on the right side. Cross-court pass, nice set play by Troy. Taylor fires a 3-ball, no good. Rebound comes down to Borchers, up and in. Borchers has 4 points here in the third quarter and 4 points overall. Peyton Wiley brings it across and in between the circles for the Jackets. Looks on the left side, but the ball's going to be tipped by Macy Taylor out of bounds. Jackets will make a substitution. Marta Rodriguez, the 5'5 junior, is going to check in for Kalia Marcus, the 5'7 sophomore. Halfway through the third quarter. Peyton Wiley has it. Passes on the left wing to Truesdale. Rodriguez has it. Hits the high post area to Sam Reynolds. Back to Rodriguez. She'll give it to Cassidy Truesdale at the top of the key. Fires a three ball. No good off the side of the iron. Rebound comes down to McGraw again. Macy Taylor will bring it across. She has 3 points here in the third quarter, 18 overall. And we're going to get a foul out front on Cassidy Truesdale, her second of the quarter and her second overall. And it's going to be a common foul, which is going to give Troy the ball on the side. Pretty impressive Troy team, isn't it, Caleb?
Oh, they're pretty impressive. Pretty outstanding freshmen, too.
Yes, good defense, good offense, and they rebound the ball extremely well. There's a pass that's going to be stolen by Sam Reynolds. Reynolds driving down on Kaiser, stops, spins, shoots, no good. Rebound comes down to Borchers. Borchers tries an outlet pass that's nearly stolen by Cassidy Truesdale, knocked out of bounds, and Troy will have the ball.
Even on Troy's mistakes, they still hustle back to the ball and stop it.
It's a good team. Macy Taylor has the ball. And she'll dribble between the circles. Hand it off to Kaiser. Kaiser switches directions, drives down the right side, misses the layup, but is fouled by Sam Reynolds, and is going to get 2 shots. That foul on Reynolds is her first, Sidney's fifth. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Kaiser's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. She has 2 points on the game so far. Has not made a free throw yet this year. Now she has. First one's up and in. Here comes the second one. We have some substitutions. Browning and Riley are going to check in for Troy, replacing McGraw and Macy Taylor, who sits down with 18 points. I would guess she's probably going to see a little bit of action to start the fourth, and then probably won't see much after that. Second free throw is up and in by Morgan Kaiser. And the lead is 38 for Troy. Pass tried in the high post for Reynolds. Ends up in Wyford's hands. She'll pass out to Truesdale, who hits Wiley. 15-foot baseline shot. In and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Troy. Kaiser with the rebound, and she will bring it up across half court, guarded by Reynolds. Looking on the right side, ball goes inside to Peyton Riley. Now back out, but the pass is a little bit long, and it'll go back to the Jackets. You ever watch Major League, the movie?
Yes.
Just a bit outside. That's kind of what I thought on that pass. Ball goes into Cassidy Truesdale. She'll dribble between the circles. Ball goes swung around inside to Emma Wyford. Shot is going to be blocked. Rebound comes down to Borchers. She passes it up to McKenna Taylor, who can't quite control the ball, but the Jackets are going to give it right back. Substitution for Troy. Number 23, Roop, is going to check in for number 4, Borchers. And for the Jackets, number 30, Renaya Conrad's going to come back in for her first action of the second half and replace Emma Wyford. Boy, Emma plays hard.
She has been playing very hard.
McKenna Taylor gets a nice handoff from number 33, Riley, and then misses a layup. Rebound comes down to Roop. She puts it back up and in. She has 5 points now, and the lead is up to 40.
Heavy, heavy rebounding.
Yeah, they're dominating the boards. There's no doubt about it. Marta Rodriguez has the ball for the Jackets. Gets it to Reynolds in the elbow area. Passes it around to Wiley. She fires a 15-footer. Looked like kind of an afterthought on that shot. The ball comes down to Peyton Riley, the 5'10 senior. Kaiser's going to run the point, another freshman for Troy. She's guarded by Reynolds. As we near the end of the third quarter, ball goes into Riley. She wasn't quite expecting it. Ball's going to be stolen by Renai Conrad and handed off to Cassidy Truesdale. Truesdale tries to hit the high post to Sam Reynolds. Ball's going to be stolen by Browning. She throws it up to McKenna Taylor, who lays up a layup and in. Taylor now with 9 points overall, all of them here in the third quarter. Rodriguez has it. Looking inside, ball's going to be stolen as she tries to attempt to pass to Conrad. Roop has the ball. She's going to give it to Kaiser. Swings it on the left side, deep in the corner. There's Taylor for 3. No good off the front of the iron. Rebound comes down to Cassidy Truesdale, who gets hit in the head. And that's a foul. Could have called it on a couple of people. They decided to call it on Peyton Riley, the 5'10 senior. That's her first. Troy's 4th of the second half, substituting in for the Jackets, number 24, Allie Herrick. She'll replace Peyton Wiley. We near 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Jackets have only scored 3 points in this quarter, looking to get to double digits. Rodriguez looking to pass, and instead drags the pivot foot, and we get a travel. Kaiser's going to bring the ball across half court. She drives around Reynolds, lays up a layup and in.
Nice move.
Not much help side defense there from the Jackets, and getting beat up top extends the lead to 44, 52-8. Allie Herrick has the ball in the left wing. Looking inside, she'll pass cross court to Rodriguez. She goes into Reynolds, turns around, nice shot from 6 feet. Good offense there by the Jackets, just didn't get it to go. And we're gonna get a half court shot at the buzzer, almost in and out. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. The Jackets are outscored in the third quarter, 22-3. And that's gonna bring us to our fourth quarter with Troy leading by 44, 52-8. We'll be back for the rest of the game in just a moment. Back here for the start of the fourth. Caleb, thoughts so far?
Well, Troy, outstanding.
Good team.
I haven't seen really anything wrong with them. I mean, Sidney is still playing pretty hard. It's just Troy is just a complete team.
They sure are. They can shoot it, they can pass it, they can rebound it. I'm really, really impressed with their rebounding. Such a key in girls basketball in high school. Do you turn it over, and can you rebound the ball? You can stay in a lot of games with just those two attributes. Be nice here to see the Jackets get some positive things here toward the end of the game. Troy's going to compete for the league title. They're a very good team. So nothing to be ashamed of with the score. You just want to see some positive things going forward. And there's a positive as Emma Wyford comes down with a defensive rebound to get a stop for the Jackets. Marta Rodriguez fires a 15-footer, no good. Hallie Truesdale with good hustle to try to save the ball. But she saves it to Troy and then commits a foul. That foul on Hallie is her third, Sidney's sixth of the second half. The next one will put Troy in the 1-on-1 bonus. Browning has the ball for Troy. She dribbles across the half court in between the circles. She passes on the right wing to number 21, Madison Burton. She goes inside to Riley. Nice move, no good. Gets her own rebound, up, no good. Jackets might have got away with a little bit of contact there as the ball comes down to Herrick. And Cassidy Truesdale bringing it across the line. Rodriguez throws it in the high post area to Truesdale. She'll pass back out to Herrick. Gives it to Wyford. Nice move by Emma Wyford.
That's what we like to see.
Emma Wyford with her first 2 points. The Jackets get into double digits. Makes the score 52-10. 1 minute into the fourth quarter. Browning drives around Cassidy Truesdale, but Hallie Truesdale's there for help defense with the block and the rebound. Cassidy Truesdale dribbles across half court. We'll pass it to Marta Rodriguez. She gives it to Wyford. Ball goes on the right side to Truesdale. Fires a three ball, no good. Long rebound goes out of bounds and will go over to Troy. A little more energy here to start the fourth. Don't you think so, Caleb?
Yeah, I like it.
Troy has the ball. And Browning will bring it across half court. Guarded closely by Cassidy Truesdale. Jackets in a man-to-man defense, straying from their zone because of Troy's very good outside shooting prowess. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. Jackets lead in this quarter 2-0, but trail overall by 42 points. Browning has it. She hands it off to Roop. Shot fake, drives down the right side of the lane, kicks out. There's a shot from 19 feet, no good. Long rebound goes down to Peyton Riley. And we're going to get a foul on, not sure. Fouls on Truesdale. That'll be her 4th. And the team's 7th, so we're going to get a 1-and-1 from Peyton Riley. Riley goes to the line, has not made a free throw yet this year. Looking for her first points of the ball game. 6 minutes even to go in the ball game. That shot is up, no good. Rebound comes down to the Jackets. Across the timeline goes Cassie Truesdale. She stops from 19 feet. Ooh. In and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Riley. Chamber Browning will bring the ball up for Troy. Most of the Troy starters are sitting on the bench. The only one that remains is Chamber Browning, who didn't even start the second half. So mostly subs on the floor for Troy. There's a nice drive and bucket by Taylor Roop. She now has 7 points, and the lead is 44 at 54-10. Herrick looks inside to Wyford. Low to high pass. There's a nice move by Hallie Truesdale, but can't get the bucket to go. Rebound battled for.
Ooh, nice
tipped
hustle.
out of bounds, and will stay with Sidney.
Nice hustle.
Agreed. Like you said, the Jackets have not stopped playing hard. That's all you can ask.
Yep.
Cassidy Truesdale with the ball between the circles. Passes to Herrick, goes inside to Wyford. Nice pass to Truesdale. Another move inside, and she's going to get fouled, and she's going to go to the line. Hallie going to the line for the second time. She was 1 for 2 on her first trip. Coming into the game, she was a 38.5% free throw shooter. Hallie has 3 points, looking for number 4 and 5 here. First shot is up, no good. We're going to get a substitution. For Troy. Truesdale's shot is good. Truesdale goes 1 for 2 from the line. She now has 4 points. And Troy has the ball under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Ball goes into Riley. She kicks it back out to Browning. Number 2's in the ball game for Troy. Believe that is Skylar Kirk, which makes me think that number 14 is Erica Innes. And she has the ball, so that's what I'm going to go with. I apologize if it's wrong. There's a block by Truesdale. She gets her own rebound, drives down the lane. Layup no good. Rebound's going to come down to Browning. Browning will bring it across half court and set it up for the Trojans. They lead 54-11 on their way to going 3-1 on the season and 2-0 in the GWalk North. Ball is tipped away from Innes and recovered by Herrick for the Jackets. She passes it up to Rodriguez. Goes down for a layup, no good. Rebound back down to Innes.
Still playing hard.
Absolutely. Troy has the ball. Chamber Browning with it between the circles, guarded by Cassidy Truesdale. Ball goes on the right side to Madison Burton. She fires a 3 ball, short, no good. Rebound to Innes, saved. As Kirk and Rodriguez battle for it, ball ends up with Wyford. She hands it off to Cassidy Truesdale, drives down the right side, up and in.
Nice.
Cassidy Truesdale leading the Jackets with 6 points. The Truesdales have 10 combined points of the Jackets 13. That cuts the lead to 41 halfway through the 4th quarter. Browning has it. Ball's going to be tipped by Emma Wyford out of bounds. And we have some substitutions. Number 11 for Troy, Morgan Kaiser, the freshman, checks in for Chamber Browning, as Peyton Wiley will check back in for the Jackets, replacing fellow freshman Cassidy Truesdale. Ball's handed off to Kaiser. She's cut off by Hallie Truesdale. And now we'll come back out top and set up the offense. Handoff to Skylar Kirk. Ball's tipped, battled for by Herrick, and we're going to get a jump ball. Ball's going to go to the other side to the Jackets, who will try to score on consecutive possessions here. Peyton Wiley with the ball. She'll set the offense for the Jackets. Pass on the right side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez drives down along the arc. Ball ends up in the hands of Hallie Truesdale. Nice pass out to Wiley. No good. Rebound to Herrick. She fires it out to Marta Rodriguez. Rodriguez dribbling around inside to Truesdale. Truesdale cut off as she tries to make a move to the bucket. Ball swung around to Emma Wyford. Nice move down the lane. Shot up, no good off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to Peyton Riley. Good offense by the Jackets. They've played much better here in the fourth quarter. Morgan Kaiser has it. She comes off a ball screen from Riley. Kicks on the right side to Ennis. Ennis dribbles with her left hand. Is guarded by Wiley. Hands off to Kaiser. Drive down the lane with the left hand. Nice dish off to Peyton Riley. Kick out to Ennis. She drives around Herrick, but the ball goes out of bounds. A little bit of contact there. Sidney might have gotten away with one. Sometimes that tends to happen here towards the end of games.
Yep.
2:15 to go. 54-13 is the score. Once again, we'll be back on the air next Friday when the Jackets host Piqua in boys basketball. That'll be our first boys basketball broadcast.
Should be a good one.
We thought about doing this Friday's game, but Scores broadcast is going to be there. There's a nice move by Hallie. I'm sorry, not by Hallie, by Allie Herrick. Her first 2 points of the ball game. And the Jackets have cut the lead under 40. It's 54-15. So scoresbroadcast.com on Friday. The following Friday, you'll have options as NK Telco will be here, we will be here, and WTBTW will also be here.
I think we should be better, Joyce.
Well, we're free, I know that.
Yeah.
As is the radio, too. So there's a steal by Hallie Truesdale. Minute and a half to go, and the Jackets, once again, trying to score on consecutive possessions here. Herrick has the ball in the left wing, passes in the high post to Truesdale, turns and passes to Rodriguez. She'll hand it off to Wiley, thinks about a three. Instead, will take an elbow jumper, up and in.
Nice shot.
Nice shot by Peyton Wiley. As she has 3 points now, we're going to get a substitution, a timeout mainly for substitution. 30 seconds, we'll keep it right here. So next Friday, we will carry the JV game and varsity game for sure. Jury's still out on the freshman game. I'm not sure if we're going to do that one or not. It'll probably be Caleb and I back in the Crow's Nest up here at Sidney High School Gymnasium. This loss is going to drop the Jackets to 0-5 on the year, as they will travel to Indian Lake and to Piqua next week before ending their week next Saturday back here at home against Butler. Morgan Kaiser will bring it across half court. And she will kick on the left side. Pass intended for Kirk. Ball's off of her hands and out of bounds and goes back to the Jackets. Wyford will inbound for the Jackets. She gives it to Wiley. Can we get 3 possessions in a row here with Scores?
I would like it.
Rodriguez has it. Passes on the left side to Herrick. She drives down the left side. Fires it up and how did that not go in? Take the lid off. Rebound comes down to Troy. Kaiser will bring it across half court where she's guarded closely by Wiley. Spin dribble, will hand it off to Ennis. Ennis tries to drive around Herrick. She gets a hand on it. Ball ends up in the hands of Rodriguez, who gives it back to Herrick. Bringing it up the floor for the Jackets. She gives it to Wiley, 15-footer from the left side.
There we go.
Jackets showing some life here late. That's exactly what you want. Some positives going toward the next game. Wiley now has 5 points. Second in scoring for the Jackets. Kaiser driving around Wiley. Ball is tipped, nearly stolen by Rodriguez, recovered by Kaiser. She'll pass on the right side to Ennis, and it looks like Troy might sit on the ball here to end the ball game. We're going to get a foul by Herrick, and that's going to send Ennis to the line for 2 free throws. Foul on Herrick is her second, team's 8th. Sorry, not 2 free throws, 1 and 1. Free throws up and good. Once again, if this is not Ennis, we apologize. The roster we have is not up to date. Second free throw is up and in. Perfect 2 for 2 there for Ennis. 56-19. Jackets looking to get one more shot off here. Wiley will fire from 3. Got it.
There we go.
Good way to end the game there. Peyton Wiley with a really nice fourth quarter as she ends up with 7 points. Before I go over the scoring, any final thoughts there, Caleb?
Well, I like the Jackets at the end of the game there, but still Troy an outstanding team, and it was a great game to watch.
Absolutely. Thanks for your help, Caleb. Appreciate it. We'll see you back here on Friday when next Friday, when the boys play host to Piqua. Real quick, the scoring before we go off air for the victorious Lady Trojans. Laura Borchers, number 4, had 4 points. Macy Taylor had 15 points in the first half, sat much of the second half, but ended up with 18 points. The 5'7" freshman is as good as advertised. McKenna Taylor went 2 of 3 from the line, made a 3, and also made 2 buckets for a total of 9 points, all in the second half. McGraw had 4 points, all in the first half. Tia Bass had 6 points and 4 blocks. Erica Ennis had 2 free throws at the end there for 2 points. Morgan Kaiser, the freshman, had 6 points on 2 buckets and 2 of 2 from the line. And Taylor Roop had 7 points on 3 buckets and a free throw. For the Jackets, they were led in scoring by Peyton Wiley there at the end, as she ended up with 8 points. She made a free throw in the third quarter and then 2 buckets and a 3-pointer there at the buzzer for 8 total points. Cassidy Truesdale, the freshman, had 6 points. Hallie Truesdale added 4 points. And Allie Herrick had a bucket for 2 points. The Jackets trailed after one, 19-4. And then in the second quarter, Troy outscored Sidney 11-1 to make the halftime score 30-5. Troy dominated the third quarter as well, 22-3. And after 3 quarters, the Jackets trailed 52-8 before outscoring Troy in the fourth quarter 14-4 to bring us to our final score of 56-22. The Jackets fall to 0-5 and 0-3 in the GWalk North. Troy improves to 3-1 and 2-0 in the GWalk North. Once again, this was Greg Snyder from SHS TV Productions along with Caleb Sparks. We will be back here next Friday. In the meantime, look for some of our highlight videos that we're posting on YouTube and on our Twitter account. And if you ever need anything, please feel free to contact us, and we'll be there and we'll do our best to record it for you. Once again, from Sidney High School, the Lady Jackets fall 56-22. This is Greg Snyder along with Caleb Sparks. Thanks for joining us.